So following up on this concept of using Vela as a sound design tool, in this example, I want to do something a little bit less musical. So in the last example, we were using it as a big, massive reverb to add onto a musical part to kind of turn it into a pad sound. Here, I'm going to take a percussive part and run it through that same preset that we just built. I just saved it as a preset. I've called it Instant Drone. So it's got the same density envelope here, the same filter envelope. We could maybe go in and modify this a little bit as we play it. But I've got this shuffly percussion loop. Let's hear what it sounds like just on its own. That's it. So I've got that loaded into a simpler here, and I've also turned the release time all the way up on that so that I could just play different notes on my keyboard and run them through Vela and turn them into just this dark, crazy atmospheric drone. This technique I find is really great for sound design if you're doing like any sort of like background noises for games or film or anything like that. Or also just making ambient music. This could be a really great tool to add to your arsenal. So we're going to turn Vela on. We've got our mix at 100% wet. We've got all those same settings, the late reverb cranked up, that decay time cranked up all the way with the graph just holding out all the way for 20 seconds. And let's see what this sounds like. We'll just play this one clip here first. Let's perhaps go into the post EQ. Maybe just make some tweaks here. Brighten up the mid-range. Maybe just pull down the highs a bit to make it a bit of a darker drone. And I'm just going to trigger some different notes here on my push. And each time I trigger a note, it plays through that entire loop because I have the release time turned all the way up, but it's repitching it. So if we play some of the lower octaves, these really fantastic, dark, eerie drones right out of a Silent Hill game or something like that. And the trick here is to play different pitches, create reverbs that start to overlap. And I should have had another audio track here, but I'd probably spend a little time resampling this and just getting, I don't know, a good long recording and then finding bits and pieces of this that I could loop for textures and atmospheres and things like that. So cool. Another thing you could try doing is turning the lock button on. That'll lock the dry wet mix control, in this case at 100% wet, and we could just try going through different presets. Again, we'll sort by decay. Let's just go to the factory presets here, sort by decay time, and let's just grab Halls or something. Scroll down, let's get a nice long one, and just see what some of these different presets sound like. Bring the late reverb level up, the decay times up. Get slightly different textures based on the preset you're using, based on how you're modifying the different envelopes or adjusting the levels of the late reverb, the early reflections, and the density and decay times, all this stuff. So lots of ways to play around, experiment, and create all kinds of new sounds and all kinds of new textures. So yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this Tech Tips tutorial series with me, and hopefully it's given you some inspiration to go out and use Vela in creative ways and come up with some really cool sounds and textures and background noises for your mixes on your own. So happy producing, everyone. I'll catch you again soon on another Sonic Academy tutorial.